welcoming you to the Daily Word on Friday, May 29th. And before we get into sharing that word, let's have a few birthday acknowledgments. LaToya Jackson is amazingly 64. Patrick Henry was born on this date, along with Leslie Towns Hope. You know him better as Bob Hope. That's how I knew him, as Mr. Hope, when I got the privilege of playing Miss Webb, his bank teller in a series of Cal-Fed bank commercials in Los Angeles. And today is also the birthday of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, born in 1917. And it is in that honor that we have our word, Camelot. La 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 la. A legendary but fictional place set somewhere near Somerset, England. It is known for the story of King Arthur, Excalibur, and the Knights of the Round Table. Camelot over the years got to be known as another word that represented and expressed optimism, hope, and romance. It is also the name of a 1960 Broadway musical, Lerner and Loewe, starring Richard Burton as King Arthur and Robert Goulet as Lancelot, Roddy McDowell as Mordred, and the premiere performance, the debut of the incomparable Julie Andrews as Lady Guinevere. Now, the original Arthur story was written in the 12th century, and it had all of the romance and the drama. It was the first story, and it was called The History of the Kings of Britain, and it really talked a lot about Excalibur as the magic sword. The term Camelot, because of its optimism, hope, and romance, soon became attached to the presidency and the term for John F. Kennedy. I know, it was not a perfect presidency in many, many ways. However, what I do know is that being a little kid during that time and feeling and watching the adults around me, Camelot had such great inspiration. And I'm sad to say we don't have that. I would love to have a bit of Camelot back. The elegance, the optimism, the hope. So President Kennedy went to Harvard with Alan J. Lerner. They were classmates and buddies. So he was very fond of that musical, and he was particularly fond of the last 4 lines of the song, the reprise of Camelot, which says, "Don't let it be forgot that once there was a spot for one brief shining moment that was known as Camelot." And I'm not expecting or asking that we recreate that shining moment. It is what it was. I am just hoping that each of us can find a Camelot within our hearts, that we can find the magic sword of Excalibur and cut away through all of the nonsense, the fear and the violence, and what's going on as chaos in our world today, and continue our own individual paths for the Holy Grail. And within that Holy Grail is the hope and the optimism, the love and the joy that we all seek. At least I do, and I invite you to join me with that. I also invite you to join me tomorrow for the Daily Word. And until then, stay safe, stay sane, stay you.